Hi, Jim.
Hey, Ken.
When you're playing a team that plays as well defensively as they do, you guys seem to handle the ball pretty well, but is it come down to just you got to convert? You had a good number of layups, it seemed like the kids missed.
Yeah, just obviously when you play in Virginia, when they don't make many mistakes, and when they make them, you have to make them pay, especially around the basket. But I think Huff had a lot to do with that. I think he's, in the beginning of the game, we were getting some lanes to the basket and beating some people, which is hard to do against them. And he was just creating havoc out there. He was coming out of nowhere and blocking shots. He's a phenomenal player. I mean, he's the growth that he's made on both ends of the floor, really, really impressive.
Our next question, Rich Thompson.
Hi, Jim. Could you update us with Stefan's status for the Hurricanes? And, how are you game planning without a great component like that today?
Well, we didn't know. I didn't know till 30 minutes before the game. So, I don't know. He's got a calf injury of some kind. They haven't MRI'd it or anything yet, so I have no idea of status. Like I said, 30 minutes before the game, he came in. He said, "I'm not playing. Can't go." So, we'll evaluate him. I'm sure we're evaluating him, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, our next question will go to Asa.
You guys had a bunch of kind of great streaks to get back into the game. How can you guys make that play more consistent throughout the entire contest?
I mean, we were laboring to score points. I thought our defense tonight was exceptional for most of the game. For the first 30 minutes, I should say, I thought we played unbelievably hard. We fought against great size. We rebounded the ball pretty well, and then I thought offense affected our defense. And I give them credit. Look, we sit here and we talk about our team all the time. Like you obviously asked me a question about our team. I'm going to tell you about their team. Their team, those guys, what makes them great. People talk about the pack. It's not the pack line defense. They have ridiculous one-on-one defenders. They don't get beat. And they don't care if they shoot the ball. They don't care if they get a shot. Every guy that steps on the floor for Virginia guards the ball unbelievably well without help. Sometimes they give some support help, but they really don't. They give unbelievable on-ball pressure, unbelievable. You cannot go by them. Whether they go 0 for 8 or 8 for 8, it doesn't make a difference. That's the difference between Virginia and most great defensive teams. They have unbelievable individual defenders, and then obviously they have a great player who can protect the rim. So we got a couple great runs to answer your question. They have a lot to do with us not doing it. We got very, very similar shots or harder shots or tough late shot clock shots. They're an excellent defensive team. We took care of the ball. We just didn't make shots. We're not going to win many games if our guys that have been very consistent offensively, Winston and Jay, have the numbers that they have. And obviously James Karnick tonight had a great opportunity and he played hard. I know he wanted to play better, but the shooting numbers there I think had a little bit to do with that.
All right, we'll go to McCalla next and then back to Ken.
Coach Justin came in. He gave you some good effort on the defensive end, some blocks that led to offense.
It was great to see him. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. He hasn't played in a while. He didn't even know. I didn't even know Steph wasn't going to play. He's waited his turn, and I thought he did a great job. I really did. I think the sad part is he has not had a ton of reps in practice, so we put in some new things. So we had to kind of simplify the offensive package when he was in there. But he gave the team an unbelievable lift. So did Kamari. Two guys I thought they gave us great lifts that enabled us to get a lead, and so I commend those two guys. I thought they were terrific.
Jim, I was going to ask you this anyways. You talked about the Virginia defense, and the broadcast mentioned that you spoke so highly of Tony Bennett. Mm-hmm. How impressive is it that year after year after year they just play this defense that they do?
So again, the hardest thing to do to me with young people, right, who all have ambition, who all have great dreams, who want to be great players, is to get them to understand what's best for the team every single time they're on the floor. Knowing that, like, look, you might go in a game and play 14 minutes for them and take one shot. And there's not a kid in the country that comes into college saying, "Oh, that's what I want to do." So he does an unbelievable job identifying the kind of guys that will buy into what they do. They're unbelievably committed and passionate about guarding the basketball. And they understand their formula better than any team in the country to me. They understand what it takes for them to win. And they don't waver. It doesn't make a difference who comes in the game for them. There's no, I think, like I said, I think he's a Hall of Fame coach, but I think that the reason is, I don't know if anybody gets their team to buy in any better than he does. There's a lot of coaches who get their teams to buy in, but he gets them to buy in and year out to their system, to what they do. I think, as good as anybody in the country. And that's not, I coach in the league with Hall of Fame and some of the game's best coaches, but he's right there with them, in my opinion.
We'll go back to McCullough.
Coach, and talk about the defense. When you guys did find some penetration to get inside, it seemed like it was tough to get any shots because of Huff made it hard for you guys to get any good looks at the rim.
And when you have, think about it, like if you have great one-on-one defenders, right? So it's hard to get angles. And then when you get one, you have a 7-foot shot blocker who can come from all different angles. It's hard. It's hard to get into a good rhythm. We tried to put them in some tough spots. We tried to get them in moving where the closeouts were longer, and they just cut us off. I mean, they just did a great job in transition, because they do now. They used to just run back and not offensive rebound, but they offensive rebound now, and they still, I thought, did a really good job in transition. So again, when we get the 7-point lead, they didn't waver. When they made a run at us, I thought we wavered a little bit. We gave up, I think offense, we did miss some shots that we normally make, and that's frustrating. I get it. But the defensive effort for us kind of wavered just a little bit for that one segment, and you can't afford to do that, whether you're healthy or not healthy. Obviously, it would have helped having our best defender on the court. Would have helped having another guard, because I thought some of our guards looked a little tired. They played a lot of minutes.
Any last ones for Coach? Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.